Look, enjoy Canton. Welcome to Canton, North Carolina. It is a place like no other. It is 25 to 30 minutes west of Asheville. There's about 4,400 people here, and it is changing so rapidly. You're going to want to stay tuned to see what those changes are and what it means for you if you're thinking about moving to Western North Carolina. This is a prime example of the old and the new of Canton. New park here, tons of kids hanging out on a beautiful summer day. And then over here in the background, you'll see the mill. So this paper mill was a staple for the last 115 years in Canton. This is why people lived here. This is why people had families here. And this is why this community is probably originally here. And now, a year ago, it's gone. So 1,000 people lost their jobs. This is a big hit to the community. And a lot of people have started new businesses. Some people have had to move away. But the landscape of Canton is evolving. There's now this new opportunity in Canton that is here and ripe and ready to go. That Canton has a beautiful, cute, historic downtown and history in general. It has its own community in Haywood County. It has a vibrant scene with nature and outdoors and rivers and waterfalls and the Blue Ridge Parkway. There's a lot going for it, and we want to show you everything today. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk you around town a little bit. We're going to try to talk to some people. We are going to tour two very different properties. One, a historic farmhouse with animals and a potential for Airbnb and a really interesting owner who we adore. And we're also going to tour a brand new construction home in Canton, which is not that normal. Most of the homes in Canton have been here for quite a while, and they probably need a little renovation too. Depends, because we haven't really thought about Canton a lot. So people haven't been like, oh, we're gonna take that home and flip it. This is not that place yet, but it is slowly becoming that place, because there's going to be a lot of return on investment in Canton in the next 10 years. Everything's rapidly changing. So what do all these changes mean for real estate prices in Canton and kind of Western North Carolina in general? Well, there's a lot of people coming here, as we know. I mean, obviously you're looking at the channel right now thinking, maybe I should move to Asheville. Maybe I don't want to live in the city of Asheville. Maybe I want a little bit more breathing room. Maybe I want a house with a little bit more space and some land to spread out, or a place that has less restrictions. Well, the restrictions in every area, as we know from Marshall, are going to be different and based on the property. But Canton's a place with not many restrictions right now. And I think that's why there are so many short-term rentals as well, is because of that. And you're gonna get more bang for your buck here, because you're not in the city of Asheville, you're not in Buncombe County, you're in Haywood County. So every time we look at a house, like say, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, it's gonna be $350 here as opposed to $450 or $500 in Asheville. And if you're looking at a 2-bedroom, 1-bath that's not updated, like a fixer-upper, you could be looking at $250,000. You're not gonna find that in Asheville. What you're gonna find in Asheville for $250,000 or even $300,000 is a manufactured home, maybe in a park with restrictions, with all kinds of regulations. And it's gonna kind of be a pain, and sometimes you're gonna have trouble getting lending on those. You never know, it depends. We have people for it, but it's not as easy as a stick-built home. So when you come to a place like Canton, it's 25 minutes, 30 minutes just west of Asheville, right off the interstate, you're gonna have a lot more opportunity that opens up to you. Say you want views. You have come to the right place. In Canton, there are views in almost every direction that you choose. You can be right in town, like walking distance from downtown Canton, and you're gonna see views. It's abundant. Look at this car. I think we should totally get this. Not that it's for sale. Why do I think everything's for sale? It's not for sale. Is it for sale? It's not for sale. You can see as we're walking down the main street, there's quite a few people that are driving past, doing their thing, out and about. And it's not as touristy. You're not seeing the tourists here flocking in and out, and the little gift shops that say, Canton, not yet. It probably will happen in the future. This is a true community. These are people who live and work. Hi, how's it going? live and work in Canton, and normally, I mean, most of the time, these people have been here for generations and generations. Let's hope that they can preserve this over the coming years to really keep the locals in mind when we think about all the changes that are coming to this area. But this is a great little community if you are considering living in Western North Carolina. You grew up in Canton, that's perfect. What was it like growing up here?
Perfect little small town. I was just telling her there used to be 4 drug stores, 2 dry cleaners, a hardware store, a feed store, a bunch of stuff just on this street. That's all gone now. Every business that I remember as a teenager's gone.
Yeah. So how have you seen Canton change in the last 10 years?
It's changed a lot. The mill closed last year, so that's the biggest thing. And
How has that impacted the community?
a lot of folks found jobs. Some of them went to South Carolina, and there's a big plant opened over in Buncombe County that a lot of folks went to work at.
Seems like there's a lot of new people that are moving to town too that weren't here before from other places. Are you noticing that too?
I've noticed it, yeah. From all over Western North Carolina, it's a lot of new folks coming in.
And have you seen the community change? Are there more restaurants coming or more activities coming, or is it kind of still the same?
Yeah, that part of it's kind of not changed too much, other than it being real quiet downtown now that the plant's shut down. But,
Are you glad to be back?
oh, yeah.
You still have a lot of family here?
Yeah, most all of them.
Well, you're looking good.
Thanks.
You're looking real dapper and awesome.
Well fed, anyway.
Yeah. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for talking to us. Do y'all do a big fireworks show for 4th of July?
On the 5th.
On the 5th, day late.
July 4th +1.
Where do you do it? Down here?
Right down here at Sorrel Street Park.
Have you seen a lot of changes in the last year in Canton?
I mean, besides the mill closing?
Yeah.
Seems kind of the same.
It seems the same. Interesting.
I mean, I haven't really noticed any like day-to-day changes.
Okay, I will let you get back to your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You know what's so fun about this job? Besides doing real estate and helping people find their perfect place and their perfect communities for them, is getting to go around in these little small communities and talk to people. It's so fun. So this all used to be mill housing, you think?
Mill housing, or could have been even storage for the mill. Could have been a little fly fishing shop over here.
Yeah, so fly fishing is pretty big in this area because of the river, right?
Well, the upper Pigeon is, here in Canton, one thing, that sets it apart from everywhere else is they have the Pigeon River here. The Pigeon River, we're going to go over to this fly fishing shop, but fly fishing's amazing here. The upper Pigeon, above the mill, crystal clear waters, trout, rainbow trout, brookies, all those things, all there, super great fishing, world class. Everybody wants to check it out.
Think this is not electric. Every day's an adventure with the Living in Asheville team. You never quite know. We go to extremes to give you live coverage from every small town near Asheville. Because this is what we do. We are the Living in Asheville team, and we rock and roll real estate in Asheville. So if you're thinking about moving here, reach out any of the ways down below and we will hook you up. And here's an example of the new. This is the new of Canton, North Carolina. You'll see a little restaurant, which is probably a brewery, knowing Western North Carolina, where you can sit out and you can look out over the Pigeon River. Down the Pigeon River, I see some people on tubes with a cooler, hanging out in the middle of June. School's just out, life is good, it's warm enough. The water is clean and clear now. This used to be called the Dirty Bird because of that mill. After the mill, the water kind of got a little gross and you wanted to be careful about what you dip in there. These days, the Pigeon is clean as a whistle and really, well, check your levels. You never know. I mean, every day's different, right? It's cleaner. It's definitely cleaner. This is comparable to larger cities that offer abundant recreational activities, and there's only going to be more of it. There's going to be more of these restaurants popping up. It's going to be kind of like Asheville, where you have these ideas for different tubing outfitters, breweries, music venues. It's all going to be coming, trust me. With the weather, with the location, with it just being a climate refuge in general, and people are hot other places, they're having mudslides, they're having fires. This is an oasis. And I'm not just saying it because it's Western North Carolina and I care, it's because I've been all over the place and I'm still right here.
One of them was 2 and the other one was 7. So, I mean, this was home to them. You know, it's hard to let it go. There's so many memories here. Parties, birthday parties, gatherings, Christmases. My gosh, it's really been a dream. Our daughter got married here. Her dream was like, she was little, I want to get married at home. And she did, she got married. We had an incredible wedding of 240 guests.
And how many acres is this?
This is almost 3 acres.
3 acres.
Yeah.
But it's so expansive, and you have these beautiful mountain views in the back and in the front.
In the front, it's flat, which is nice. It makes
it's flat.
It makes it very usable. And 2 creeks, different creeks actually.
2
small
different creeks, a spring-fed pond.
Yeah.
There's no restrictions here, right? So you could short-term rent this, you could long-term rent it.
No
you
restrictions.
Could live here, primary residence. I would live here probably.
I know, it's a dream come true.
Residence.
It's a dream home. It's kind of like a postcard, I feel like.
It is like a
fairy
postcard.
tale house.
Trees? What kind of trees are these?
Oh my gosh, maple trees.
Maple trees.
So this is our favorite tree. This tree, we have had swings, you can, all around it. In the 20 years we've had it.
And you built like a little platform here?
My husband built that, and that swing is incredible.
My favorite thing in the world is to swing under big old trees. My inner little girl is so happy right now. You don't see many properties like this, so don't get your hopes up. And if you think about the price of this property, I'm curious what you think it might be, so comment down below and let me know how much you think a piece of property like this goes for on 3 acres with a farmhouse that's been totally rebuilt. You have 2 different fire pits here. You have one that you can burn wood and a gas one here, which is so fun. Ping pong table. Now, does this come furnished?
No, it's not, it could be negotiable, of course, but it is furnished right now because it is on Airbnb.
When you say that this is a replica of the original house, what does that mean?
In 1989, there was a gentleman that tried to restore it, and it was just really old, so he tore it down and built an identical, I guess, everything identical. We have done some work to it. We've taken down some walls because it was just, how the old farmhouses, they had like, the French doors to come into the dining room, the foyer. There was a wall here. I mean, there was a lot of walls, so we took down a lot of walls, opened up the kitchen more. Did not have a deck like that big, so we added the deck, yeah. And then we didn't realize that the original house, it's at the Canton, the museum in Canton, and we just kind of happened to be visiting with some family members, and a cousin of mine is like, hey, isn't that your house?
I don't know about y'all out there, but this is my favorite style of home. I love farmhouse.
No, and the general store that comes with it, that is an actual real general store that was
I want to go
run.
see that in a minute.
So neat.
Can we go over there?
Yes, of course.
Okay, we'll go over there in a minute. I can't wait to check out the upstairs. Oh, I love these old staircases. Now they have totally redone this house, obviously, but kept the original flair when they rebuilt it. And it really feels authentic. Because it's been totally redone in the late 80s, you have everything that you need when it comes to modern amenities and things that you would expect, but you have that feel and that charm of an old farmhouse, which is so cool. And there's another floor upstairs, how fun. Okay, another bedroom. Up and up and up.
We hear stories from all our neighbors saying, oh my gosh, that general store used to be run. We used to have our kids come, like this is older people, folks that are like, they're like, oh my gosh, my grandma used to bring me to buy my favorite lollipops here when I was a kid, or stories like that. So this house and then the old farmhouse over there were the only houses in the cove, the original house.
Yeah.
That they used to have a lot of farming out here, and they would have, I guess, this was not a paved road. It was, I guess it was just horse and carriage. And they used to come and had a barn, and they would buy, I guess, hay from the barn and buy supplies from the general store for them. And then the old house was actually a housing place where they were able to stay while they were passing through, which is pretty neat. Some of the stories are amazing.
I love the sound of this creek.
There's nothing
coming
like
through.
that sound.
So this is so amazing. This is actually this is a dream property for me. I'm sure a lot of you can identify as well. So this is what we do, is we help people find their dream properties in Western North Carolina. And whether you are looking to buy for your primary residence or second home or short-term rental, whatever your pleasure, that's exactly what we do. So reach out any of the ways down below and we'll hook you up. Yeah, let's go inside. Oh my God, this is adorable. So they have taken this general store, this operational general store, and they have made it into what? A one bedroom.
One bedroom, kind of like a hotel room suite.
Hotel room, studio. But there's no like a little tiny little
fridge,
kitchen.
microwave.
So if you don't have a gas line coming, you can always put propane and put a tank right outside.
Yes,
right?
there is a tank outside, and this is on demand, on its own unit, which is nice. You could have all the hot water. You could take a 4-hour shower.
4-hour shower. Kids are bugging me. I'm just like, nope, still in the shower. Still in the shower.
It's still hot. There's still hot water.
There's still hot water.
There's an outside shower and an outside half bath also outside for like.
Outside half bath?
I'll show you out there.
Really?
And it was because we had a lot of guests, a lot of parties, kids. So we're like, all the kids can take a shower outside and not have to go in. There's outdoor shower,
Oh my
outdoor
God,
half
that's
bath.
so smart. Especially if they're really dirty.
Yeah.
So they don't have to like traipse all the dirt inside and the mud. And I love taking showers outside.
Oh, I know. There's nothing like it. So
Okay, I'm
there's an
gonna build
outdoor shower.
mine. Outside shower. I love it. I dig it. This whole outdoor living area is awesome because she said there's also a TV up here. So you could come and watch games or like whatever you watch. Reality TV. You could watch your YouTube right here if you have a favorite person on YouTube. It's so hard for me to tour all these homes and all these beautiful spots in these little towns because I swear every place I go to, I'm like, I want to move here. You know, like if you're thinking about moving here, number one, here's your homework. You're going to visit the place. You're going to walk around. You're going to get a feeling and see if it's even feasible as a place that you can hold in your heart to live, because you're going to know instantly. And if you don't like the city of Asheville, there are there's like 25 different little communities outside of Asheville that you could be a part of. So don't limit yourself. Don't be like, I don't want a big city, Asheville crime or traffic. Western North Carolina is not just Asheville. There are gorgeous places all over around Asheville. And you can access Asheville when you want to go see a big show or go to a 5-star restaurant or like go have a really fun weekend with your ladies that are visiting. And you can live in paradise. So now that you all have guessed down below in the comments already how much you think this farmhouse goes for, that you can make some extra income off of in the middle of beautiful nature and close to still everything, how much do you think it is? $900. That's the difference between Canton and Asheville. So Canton has seen a lot of changes.
Yes, it was a lot quieter. I mean, it's nice, it's beautiful now. There's nothing to do really. I mean, not much in Canton now. There's a lot of beautiful restaurants. There's a lot to do. I mean, there's all the market. The farmers market is every Thursday, and that's super nice. Small town feel. I mean, we don't even go to Asheville much anymore. And then Waynesville's our main, downtown where we go to the courthouse if you need to, or Publix or Walmart, and
so that's your main hub.
That's our main hub.
And how long does it take you to get to Waynesville?
From here, we usually love to take the 276, which is a beautiful drive, into Waynesville. It takes us exactly 22 minutes. In Canton, we have an Ingalls, a Food Lion, which is only the Food Lion is only about 10 minutes away. Ingalls is about 12 minutes away, which is not bad.
No.
I mean, it's a nice windy road.
I mean, you're in the middle of nature with mountain views surrounding.
Yeah, no steep hills or anything like that.
Yeah. No steep driveways.
No steep driveways. But it's I see it growing more. There's a lot more business coming in.
Into Canton.
Into Canton.
Since the close of the paper bill.
I hear it's under contract.
What
the
is?
paper mill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I hear it's under contract, and they have plans about maybe turning it into like a park, with like shops and things like that, which would be amazing
So
too.
Canton
And a
looks
lake.
like it's really going to be revitalized in the
Yeah.
next 10 years.
We do have a beautiful life here.
Yeah.
We're very
I'm
fortunate.
moving in with you.
Oh,
Ah!
you're welcome. You live here too.
I know,
It's
I know.
beautiful.
You have a farm across the street, you said, right?
We do. We have 10 acres across the street.
And you already have animals there? And
We do.
everything?
We have alpacas and
Should we run over there
donkeys. If you
afterwards?
want to, yeah.
Do you have time?
It's not finished. Yeah, of course.
I got dissed by the piggy. Y'all, we got another house to see, and this one is totally different from this farmhouse and this whole farm experience. It's modern, it's new, it's kind of fun and hip, so let's hit it. Okay, we're gonna go check out this home. It is newly built. It is right in Canton. It is 1 minute away from the interstate. So if you're coming from Asheville and coming on over, it would take you about 25 minutes. That's easy, and it's so affordable, I think. So we're gonna go on a tour. Comment down below as we're on the tour. Let me know how much you think it is, because we are testing your skills of Western North Carolina real estate. Here we are, and you know how cars have that new car smell? This has the new house smell. It is absolutely pristine and of the highest craftsmanship. Now this has 2,300 square feet total, and there's a couple really cool things about it. It has a luxurious kitchen with granite and an induction stove, all the latest and greatest. I mean, this is hot off the press, y'all. And open concept, which everybody really loves right now. Now, one of the cool things about this home too is almost every window that I have seen so far boasts a beautiful, I said boasts, boasts a beautiful view. So wherever you are, whether you're having a nice leisurely breakfast in the breakfast nook, or you are looking out your kitchen window, or you're looking at your living room window, there's gonna be a really cool view of the mountains. And you're 1 minute away from I-40. But in this area, there's all new builds, kind of surrounded with older things. And that's one thing you might see sometimes in Canton. Newer construction. I can't get out the door. There we go, there we go.
Look at that, look at that. Let's see those guns.
Look at those guns. Oh.
Guns.
Guns.
What?
So that's what you might see sometimes in Canton, is because it is developing, you are going to see newer builds or renovated homes next to older homes. And this is entirely in Western North Carolina in general. This is not unique for Canton. So we are going to see sometimes homes from the 1920s, because this is a historic area, mixed with manufactured homes, and then there's going to be a new build. But guess what? The good and the bad, of course, is that it's all revolving, it's all changing, it's all going to be different in 10 years. Okay, so one thing you'll notice about this home is the floors. In new construction, you would think, why wouldn't they put in wood floors? Well, because wood floors take maintenance, and they can get destroyed. You can also refinish them. But here's the deal. This luxury vinyl plank that they've used is really super ultra modern and is so durable. Oh, massage table. But if you're thinking about moving to Asheville, one thing that you gotta know, you can't throw a rock without hitting a yoga instructor, massage therapist, or a real estate agent. But Here's the deal. It's not all created equal. So if you want us to help you, which we have space and time and it's what we do, whether you're local or whether you are relocating to the area, it's what we do. We have a whole team surrounded to like bust in and get the job done. So it's a full holistic experience that you're gonna love. Reach out any of the ways down below. Here we have the bathroom with the double vanities on the main floor. So this home has 1 bedroom on the main floor and then 3 bedrooms downstairs, which is awesome for guests. Or I even have another idea for you, which I'll share in a minute after I get out of the shower. Oh, look at this shower. This is so cool. This tile is like marble tile. So now we're headed down to the lower level. So you have 1 level living upstairs. If you don't need that extra space, I have an idea for down here. So down here in the middle of this is this open area. Now this could be a living room, or it could even be, because there's a bathroom here, a bedroom, a bedroom, a bedroom. What else could it be? It could be a little kitchen. It could totally be a little kitchen. So if you wanted to live upstairs and you wanted to rent out the downstairs area, there's its own separate exit, patio, and if you put a kitchen here, you could totally do that. So everybody wants to know how much this is going to cost them, right? So this is on 0.73 acres, almost an acre in Canton. And this is 2,800 square feet. There's 1 bedroom upstairs and 3 bedrooms downstairs that you could make into a short-term rental. How much is it? Did you already comment? I'm not just telling you everything. Just kidding. It's $700. Brand new construction. Canton. How much would this be in Asheville? $850? $8? Something like that? 0.7 acres? Yeah, it's a big difference. Oh, Justin, what are you making me do? We are breaking all the rules today. So we're heading up on the railroad track. This is a very active railroad track, as you'll see behind me. We're trying to get a closer glimpse of the mill. If everything's true, what they're saying, this mill is going to look completely different pretty soon. Supposedly it's under contract and it could be torn down. It could be made into a park. I don't think they're going to reinvigorate it to be another kind of factory or anything like that. We don't know yet. Everything's in flux here. But this was an old mill town, and that is where it got its character. And this whole thing that used to have a distinct smell, you know what a paper mill smells like, right? If anybody's ever, comment down below. Let me know if you know what a paper mill smells like, because it's not pleasant. Trust me. Now you didn't smell it all the time, only when the wind blew, but you know what? Look at this. The wind blows. Here in town, you smelled it all the time, Justin says. I don't know. And then check out these trains over here. So one other thing to keep in mind, if you're going to live right in Canton, these trains might be coming by every once in a while. We have a very special surprise for you today. This is Anton, a past client who can vouch for me. I'm just joking, not vouch for me. We want to know his experience of living in Canton, because you moved here how long ago?
Oh, it was September of last year, so I guess 9 months. Wow.
9 months. Okay, here we go. And we're going to go on a little bit of a nature walk here in Chestnut Mountain Nature Park, which I didn't even know existed. This is awesome. There's so many new things in Canton that I don't even know about. Oh, it's Chestnut Mountain Nature Park has trails for hiking and biking, and no e-bikes, cheaters, just kidding. But it's gorgeous, and it's really easily accessible too, and a little creek right there. So you're on your lunch break right now, right?
Yeah, this is my lunch break. I love to come here when I can. I work remote, so if I'm having a stressful day or just a day where I'm just looking at my computer, nothing better than getting out in this green and just getting some sunshine and taking a walk and getting away from it all for an hour or so.
How many minutes do you live away from here?
About 5. So I moved from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I used to live in Austin as well. Ooh. And we fell in love with Asheville, my fiance and I, and decided we had to be down here. We were looking at the home prices in Asheville, and we're thinking, wow, that is pretty steep. I wonder how close we could get. Yeah. And when we started looking at Canton, there was just a lot to love. 10, 15 minutes to Waynesville, and about 15 to 20 to Asheville. So
do you find yourself going to Waynesville more or to Asheville?
I find myself going to Asheville more, but there is a lot to do in Waynesville, and I had no idea about Waynesville until I came here, so it's been a really pleasant,
Surprise.
treasure box. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So you have some choices. That's awesome. So how often do you go to the big city, to Asheville?
I typically go at least once a week, maybe 3 times max a week.
Okay.
Anywhere in that
for
range.
fun and
Yeah, just for
supplies.
concerts or to play games or go meet friends.
Yeah, you really like the Well Played place?
I love Well Played, yeah.
Yeah. Is this whole, what is it? It's just
It's a board game cafe. Shout out to Well Played. And
we gotta tag Well Played.
Yeah, they have a social night on Wednesdays where you can go meet new people, play new board games. They also have a game designers club, which is pretty niche, but happens to be a niche that I fill. So that was a really cool thing to discover. There is just a pretty welcoming attitude. Definitely since the mill closed, I see more community here than a lot of other places. And there's programs like a passport for going to local businesses, and you can get a free shirt from the city if you have all of them stamped. And I find that business owners in particular tend to be really supportive of one another and are kind of coming together to build a new Canton following the closure of the mill.
This is no different than any of the other little small communities that we've highlighted where we're talking about the abundance of nature everywhere. I mean, there's tons of mountain biking trails here. There's waterfalls. There's the Blue Ridge Parkway. There is, I don't know, what else?
Chestnut here. There is
Chestnut?
a lovely coffee shop called Papertown Coffee,
Okay.
Which I highly recommend checking it out today if it's open. Bearwaters Brewery also is a great local spot to grab a drink, and it's right outside the Pigeon River, so you can get a really good river view at night.
So just to give you a perspective on weather right now, we just started the summer. We are in the middle of June right now. It's about 75 and sunny.
Yes. Coming from Austin, I mean, that's a miracle of its own.
So you lived in Austin, which is great because we have a lot of clients that are coming from Austin to Asheville because Asheville reminds them of what Austin used to be. What kind of similarities have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen in Asheville in particular a lot of similarities in terms of just people going out by the river and running. There's a lot of comparisons to the French Broad and Lady Bird Lake. I also see a lot of people who are entrepreneurial and maybe a little bit more spiritual or bohemian coming here, and artists and making it their own place.
Yep, I love all that. I think you just described me. Well, thanks for giving us a glimpse into your experience here.
My
we
pleasure.
really appreciate it. And did you enjoy working with the Living in Asheville team?
I did, yeah. You guys are awesome. Shout out to you, Beth. Seriously.
It almost fell off the cliff.
That was
Okay, so you never know what's popping up in Canton, huh? Okay, Mr. Robot Shop. I don't know what that is, but here's a retro video game and museum. Justin loves a good museum. See if we can go in retro video games. Would you recommend like working with the Living in Asheville team?
Oh, yes, we've had a great experience with the Living in Asheville team. Every time we've used them once a year, we just move and move.
So are you filming for your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Are you really?
Yes.
We're filming for our YouTube channel.
Right?
Light Bright? Oh yeah,
In the 70s, you
1976.
just put
Why do you move so much? Oh, we just love the area and we just move around so we can experience it all. Okay, so they do not love skating or skateboarding right here.
one wheels.
Does not say one wheels, Justin. One wheel commissioner. Thank you so much for visiting with us.
Happy Trails MTB.
So Canton is still really developing, but there's other places that are a little bit more established. So if you're looking for that scene, you're gonna check out Waynesville right here. Waynesville might be your cup of tea. Until then, ciao for now.